Hello, people. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And I think I told some of y'all I tried to get on earlier, but hey, you know what? Hey, it's YouTube, so I'm sure plenty of you will revisit the replay. So I'm just going to talk about a couple things and wait for some people to get in here, and we're going to get going. But, let me talk some babble for a second. Yeah, what's the current? Herman Cain is dead. Yeah, he died. I mean, he was at one point a presidential candidate. Think yeah, I think either way, however you feel about Herman Cain, I've seen some straight comments. I've seen some insensitive comments. I would say just kind of take it easy on the dead, no matter what their political affiliations are. So have some decency. Herman Cain's family just lost somebody. So, and I'll try to be an advocate for somewhere for peace and try to, try to make a little bit more sense and try to act somewhat of an adult. So just keep that in mind. Also, I think, Representative John Lewis was buried today. I was listening to my favorite jazz channel on Sirius XM this morning, and they were doing a jazz tribute to the legacy of John Lewis, and it was some good listening. It was some easy listening. It was some of it was politically charged too. So, rest in peace. And like I said, how unfortunate for their families that they would pass, and especially in times such as these. But we live and then we die. That's the great inevitability that all of us face. And I'm not asking for any kind of sympathy for that, because it has happened to all of us. Just we all lose people. So yeah. So how's everyone doing tonight? Um, hopefully everyone's out there safe and staying clear of the coronavirus, social distancing. Although I seriously doubt anyone's doing that anymore. Uh, uh, Shout out to Southeast Dusty. Uh, yeah, we're in here in the early goings. He says Kane was one of those black men who was very accomplished, but he had the wrong politics for the black community, and I 100% agree with that. Is it even boils down to like not even what's Democrat and what's Republican. It's what's right and what's wrong for the black community or community. Uh, yeah, yeah. But still, I've seen him get some mad disrespect because people are such badasses on the internet, and it's the internet. It's something that we should be used to by now. I mean, I've seen some wild shit, and that I thought that a decent human. I've seen some things said that a decent human being wouldn't say, and I'm guilty of certain things like that too. That sometimes when people get under my skin, I will say things that a decent human being supposedly would not say. Uh, you know, because we always see ourselves as the best version of what we think everyone is supposed to see, and that's can be a really drastic flaw. It can also be seen as hubris as far as how we deal with things on social media and in our everyday lives. Yeah, saying, but the meaning of the title and screensaver that you see, well, not screensaver, blah, ooh, the thumbnail is, it seems like as of late, because of everything unfortunate that's been happening, it seems like there's been this big old competition for sympathy. Who should get sympathy here? Who should get sympathy there? You know, and in the center of a lot of this is Kanye West, and I'm also talking about Meg the Stallion, but we'll get to Meg shortly. But it's like people were kind of upset because Kanye West got a little bit of sympathy because he's, seems like he's starting to break down quite a bit. It's showing in his little presidential speech, as you so to speak, when he said those things about Harriet Tubman. And I've seen a lot of different opinions about that too. Uh, and you can tell like who's being genuine and and who's doing things for shock value. And as always, on both sides, people make good points, but I'm really an advocate for not disrespecting the ones that came before us. And a lot of people play internet badass and and do this whole I'm just gonna disrespect just so I can get some attention. Now, if you have a good, well thought out, well, really professional explanation as to how you feel, and is lined with facts, then I can't dispute it, and I try to dispute everything sometimes on purpose. If I can't even dispute it, then hey, you know what? Cool. I'll admit it. I'll admit my arm is tied. But like I said, if you're gonna say some things about someone as we view as Harriet Tubman, then you need to come prepared with shooting some facts out because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to take that the wrong way. The only right now, like in recent memory, the only bad thing I see about Harriet Tubman was that stupid ass movie that came out not too long ago. The rest of Harriet Tubman, I really don't have a problem with. As far as who she really was and what she meant to black people, and some the sacrifices that she and others made. So the whole, I'm gonna go with out of line for Kanye. It was out of line, but we're thinking about a man who's been dragged basically for like the past 2 or 3 years. Seriously, I mean, and everybody's like, it started with his mother's death. His breakdown started with his mother's death, and my mother's still alive, and my wife, she lost her mother like years ago, and it's something like for some people they can pull through it. Some people don't know what that's like, just like me, but it cuts some people deep. This guy is somebody who's seen success. He's seen millions, and now he can't share it with the one person in the world he wants to share it with. That's probably enough to make anybody break down. But to say he doesn't deserve sympathy for breaking down in his life, then you're wrong. You don't like. We've been dragging Kanye for the past, like I said, 3 years. We've been dragging. He's been saying crazy stuff. Like he showed, especially with his affiliation with President Trump. We definitely weren't easy on him about that. And then him being married to a non-black woman. Let's throw that in too. People been dragging him about that too. About Kim Kardashian. They've been trying to drag him as much as they can. We've been beating up on Kanye West pretty good. So for him to get a little sympathy, an inkling, y'all need to let that one slide, no matter what's happening to other people. Imagine being like one of the richest people on the planet, but you can't do anything with all that freedom you think you got. You can't stop. Even if you make $100 million, even if you make $200 million, you just can't stop. You got to keep going and going and going and going and going. Yeah, that's pressure. I mean, but that's what comes when you shoot to be the best. So I mean, he human. Everything happened to us. You know, it had things happen to me too. All this other stuff, and it's how we all deal with it. You know, I'm not going to ask any less of Kanye than. And I really hate to say like Kanye West and a normal person because that's belittling a human being. Kanye West, any other human being, I say that. You know, I wouldn't ask any less of Kanye than I ask any other human being. Sometimes you got to tighten up, man. Sometimes you got to put that skull together because really, honestly, let's speak as a black man. You ain't got too much sympathy out there at all. In fact, you probably have very little and none. You have to make it through this life, and you have to make it through this society as a tough guy because you have no choice. You don't, and people will laugh at you and degrade you, and you don't do it. So just face it. But to sit up there and get mad because somebody's getting sympathy, that's pretty inhuman. Because at one point or another, and even myself, I'm not going to ask for sympathy. But hey, you know what? Sometimes people need sympathy for certain things, except for blatant criminals, people who do bad stuff, people who affect people's lives in a negative way. That's not nah. Mm-mm. Like I would say, personally as a black person, someone who doesn't deserve sympathy, I would say, is a slave master. Historically, even though we've never experienced or ever seen a slave master, we know about it in history books and we know the gravity of that stuff. That would be a person I would have absolutely zero sympathy for. And that's why I think a quote like "all lives matter" is a lie. It's a blatant lie. All lives matter. No, it's not like I'm going to just smack a living person over the head and act like there's no consequence to that and say their life doesn't matter. No, I'm not going to do that. But like to evil people who damage people's lives, people like I feel like people like that need to be gone one way or another. Their life don't matter as long as they don't impact others' lives negatively. I'm talking about like murderers, serial killers, serial rapists. Even if they rape one time, hey, they're assholes. I mean, people like that. And honestly, the people saying all lives matter, they're lying too, and they're lying. Yeah, so I do believe that there are some people that do not deserve sympathy. But I believe that you should give everyone a chance at least first, a little benefit of a doubt, if they're not bothering anyone. Period. Is that simple? Is that simple? As long as you're human, you want to allow the people the chance that people allowed you. It's only fair. If you plan on being unfair, it's going to be a rocky road. And a lot of this stuff is out here is unfair, and we walking out here barefoot in the sun on rocks. So believe that. Anyway, let me see. Southeast Dusty. Kanye is facing a 2-on-1 contest with Tamar Braxton and Meg. I really hadn't seen too much on the Tamar Braxton thing, but I've been hearing a lot of Meg the Stallion. I even heard people saying, like, there's this YouTube video out there saying, why are we showing Kanye sympathy but not showing Meg the Stallion sympathy? Why do we feel like that Megan the Stallion's not getting sympathy? I've seen plenty of sympathy from Megan the Stallion. Plenty of sympathy. Plenty of people getting dragged from Megan the Stallion. Like everybody. It's like a call to arms. It's like a call to arms. I mean, I don't get it. It's like why are we establishing this frame of mind where it's like one side deserves more sympathy than the other when really it doesn't matter, or we're getting mad because one side gets even an inkling of sympathy. I hate to be that guy at this point, but I'm going to do the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, because we did that very often on social media. It was so many unnecessary comparisons to George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. And when we reflect, as a group of people, and when I say that, I mean black people, when we expressed ourselves on social media, we weren't looking at facts on both sides. Like Seriously, everything about both of those situations was messed up. But the kind of world we live in, unfortunately, protects the ones that protects the villain. It's like the reverse of a movie. It's like Bizarro Land. In the movies, the good guy always wins. In real life, life's so confusing. You don't even know who the good guys are. But in those situations, we can clearly see with our eyes who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. Unfortunately, in our side, the good guys die. Now, George Floyd, as far as the kind of person he was, wasn't the best example, but we will always stick to what we've been saying about that. It doesn't goddamn matter. What happened to him was disgusting. It was disgusting. It was beyond necessary. And that guy deserves to be punished. I I still to this day can't bring myself to watch the entire video. I watched like the last 2 minutes and it was enough for me. Stuff like that infuriates me. It was like watching 12 Years a Slave, only it was real. It was like it was beyond brutal. Breonna Taylor, we didn't see that one. But can you imagine? No, you can't imagine it. You go to sleep and nothing ever. Both situations are sad. So why can't we use those two situations to bring us together? We're and you get mad at the people that say that we're a broken community. We yes, motherfucker, we are. Yes, we are. Yeah. If you got to sit up there and argue about who did deserve it more, Breonna Taylor or George Floyd, like if you got to argue about stuff like that, like just like do yourself a favor and start high school over again. Just do that and do it right this time, because obviously you didn't get through it right the first time. That is some of the dumbest crap that you could ever subject anybody's eyes to. I mean, shoot, and you know what's the funny part about that? It's not even up to us as a community what narratives get out there on mainstream media. It's kind of up to us here on YouTube, kind of, depending on whether you want to follow the crowd or be your own entity. But it's like black men didn't go to mainstream media and say, "Hey, you put the focus on George Floyd and not Breonna Taylor." We didn't do that. I wish it was fair. I wish it was even tailed, but this is the way things are. I wish it was fair. Seriously. Now that see, and that's why social media is a gift and a curse. Let's focus on the gift for a second. You actually get to crusade for who you want to crusade for. You don't have to argue about who you think is getting more attention, who's getting more sympathy. Southeast does that's a terrible agreement to ever be created. Mm, it is, I guess, but it's sickening to say the least. I mean, I don't want to sit up there and argue with over who who's who's more dead. That makes me think Floyd's story has a whole lot more than what is presented. Absolutely. I mean, I do believe that a lot of things are agenda based, and we shouldn't look. I mean, we shouldn't go for the knee jerk. Yeah, they say that sometimes they say go. They say go for your gut. Go for your gut. A lot of people don't go for their gut at first. Seriously, I'm one of those kinds that kind of do that. It doesn't make me better than anyone else, but yeah, I do feel like that all troubled groups, are being used to an extent, and it's always to someone else's end, whether it's a political end or some kind of power end, as far as what the communities go. And and just look at your mainstream media and see where the power dynamics are, and examine those. Yep. To have folks agree to argue whose death is more important. Yep. Yep, and really, it's all a part of the bigger picture. Seriously, what we want is justice, not more division, not more divisiveness. Is it's now it's like it's getting to that point where it's getting tiresome for some of us, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm just a guy that's honest. I just want to like let it all hang out. Tell us how you really feel. Seriously, be brutally honest with everyone. Do that shit right there. Do it. Do it. I am a big old fan of people revealing who they are. I don't like when people fake it. Period. So for all those people that's saying that, oh well, y'all shouldn't do that arguing, it's a waste of time and all that. Yes, the yelling and all that other stuff. Nah, that gets yuck. But like just how else are you gonna solve a problem? How else are you gonna get to the bottom of something? Yeah, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I watched that video of the two women that destroyed that Black Lives Matter mural. Like, dump that black paint on it. Well, dump that black paint on them yellow letters. And then, yeah, they were arrested and they were saying all kinds of stuff. And, some people look at those women as heroes, but a lot of us look at them as like devils. Hmm. What is Black Lives Matter all about? Like, it's just, I agree. And I've been consistent with people when I tell them this. I agree that black lives do matter. Yeah, and you have to say that black lives matter. But when you start doing the research on yourself for yourself with the organization, and I'm not talking about just their mission statements, yeah, that should be included. Because I mean, just what killed it for me was the mention of cisgender. And I was like, what kind of language is this? But yeah, but if you go beneath it, you see, that they get tons of donations. If you look where the donations are going, yeah, let me just put it like this: it's not to fund schools and programs for the community. I'll just say that much. But just dig deep, people, because one thing I discovered about some of you is that we can tell you all day, even if it's the truth. If you don't like it, you won't accept it. But unfortunately for some of you, I have a little patience here. So anyway, like I said, I hope all of you are out there having a safe week. And yes, I have been picking up subs. I have been picking up subs because I don't know. They've been dropping more content. I've been a bit more consistent. I'm finally up to like $6 in revenue. Yay! But yeah, I finally see what they mean by you can't rely on just being monetized. You know, so I understand that. So I mean, I do this for the fun. I do this because I like to do it. I do this because I like to talk, and I like to argue a little bit. A lot of people don't like to admit that they don't like to argue or debate. I don't come on to debate per se. I come on here to give my perspective. And it seems to me that quite a few people have been wanting to listen to my perspective lately. So that does feel somewhat good. That does feel good. Yeah. Yeah, Southeast Dusty dropping some dimes down here. Is disingenuous, using deaths of heterosexual black mostly to gather money for feminists, LGBTQ, and Democrats. Also divides the black family. Yes, it does. Yes, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty disingenuous. I mean, no matter how you feel, it's just like it just doesn't seem that it seems like okay, if you are doing this for us, and I hate the word representation because it means so many things as far as social justice warriors and stuff like representation. It's virtue signaling. That's what using the word representation is these days. I'm to the point where I feel like I feel like if Jada Pinkett Smith was right about one thing, it was what she said about the awards and how black people, like them few years ago, how black people should pull out and make their own. But I'm going to mention representation. If you're doing this for us, if you're doing this for black men, why is there no black men representation? Because I mean, I hear a lot of bad mouth in the civil rights movement. I do. Oh well, they were they just only wanted to put the heterosexual man in front, like James Baldwin. uh, I don't believe that shit, man. I don't believe that at all. And I don't want to be a jerk about it, but it's like this. If you're going out to marches and you're taking only pictures of only one group of people and you're reporting it one way when we clearly see the news reports where everybody's in it, then that's just like me going out there taking pictures of nothing but black men and saying that black men are all on the front lines fighting for everybody. That would be disingenuous, knowing that you got all these other races out here and you got the women out there too. Yeah, I remember that picture I posted of that girl who was the Black Panther, and she was arm in arm with the supposed enemy, knowing that the original Black Panther would have never locked arms and tried to throw up peace signs with the police. Shoot. Yeah, and yeah, you do have those that claim that's not that's not an that's not a, that's not an opinion. I mean, you see it every day, and we often deny what we see with our eyes. I mean, I can show you all the screenshots in the world, but then you get down to that point where, oh, you're just looking for stuff. I'm like, no, I see it, I'm proving it, but yeah, they are doing it for black men. It's like if they're doing it for black men, why do they show hatred the other way? Otherwise, and it's okay to say that. I'm not trying to run down like all black women when I say that. But a large majority. It's like it's like there's no. It's like, okay, when we're dead, okay, you march. What good is it? How can a dead person appreciate anything? I mean, I hate to be that guy, but okay, how can a dead person, like, okay, I feel like this. If you fight for any group and you advocate for any group, you advocate for the group's productivity and improvement. One of those ways you can do that is that little son that's in your house right now. Go read a book to him or something, show him that, let him know that he means something. Like seriously. Stop this woe is me bullshit. Like it's like, okay, you're in the situation, you know you're in the situation and you're in the situation for a few years now. There are people all over the annals of history that have worked themselves out of difficult situations. You got people on this very YouTube platform that say that same stuff, yet yet somehow it's difficult. Somehow it's all of a sudden difficult for you to do it. And this is coming from a guy who's a part of a group of people that don't have any excuses. Black men, we don't really have all those excuses like that, for real. And in many ways, I wouldn't have it any other way because I feel like it keeps us sharp. It keeps us sharp. I mean, and you can pretend like, you know, oh, I'm glad you said that because like I've been thinking about that all week, and whether I'm not a perfect person, but I remember my mother telling me one day as I was walking out the room because I'm being the young son, she was like, Kevin, all I want you to be is honest and honorable. You know, she said that. I give my mother all the credit in the world for telling me wise things very often. But another thing that my mom always told me is to speak my mind. Period. Don't like it. You ain't got to be disrespectful with the truth, but the truth is disrespectful to a lot of people that we engage in these conversations with. Unfortunately, you know, Prepare your sons to be honorable men. Yeah, if you can't, and I don't like that little blame game shit. Like it's like once, like I say, once you're in a single parent situation, then you gotta adjust and you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta adapt. Yeah, you sitting around. I mean, if you're saying it difficult is one thing, but sitting around not doing nothing and saying it difficult, that's just plain lazy. Period. I mean, them same types be all over Facebook and Instagram and Twitter acting shitty, and that is no lie. Yeah, like if my daughter goes astray, period, I feel responsible. I'm not gonna shirk the accountability off on a mother because that's my kid. It's her mother's child too, but that's my kid. Okay, I believe in that kind of accountability. I carry that as an example. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, well, you need to be accountable for your child, and then I'm a deadbeat. That's pretty stupid. That's like a dentist trying to tell me how to be a better baseball player. You can't do that. You can't keep doing things that don't make any sense. Oh, I think I'm doing a pretty good job not cursing. So when the day that I laid eyes on my daughter, was the day that I said to myself, I can never be apart from this little girl until I have to be apart from her. And that's not a shot to anybody. I'm not saying, oh, black men need to step up, do this damn thing. No. I will always say for anyone who bears a child that you need to prepare a situation where that child can thrive and can learn and thrive it like whatever order you want to do it in. Because see, honestly, I'm beginning to believe that some of you actually need this gender war. I'm beginning to something like, like, oh my God, a super chat. Thanks for the super chat at the Roger Report. And for those of you who are going to watch this, please check out the Roger Report and the Roger Report Live. He has two channels. Yeah, he has two channels. Well, thanks for his support, and that is my habitual line stepper brother. He's the second or third best YouTuber in these escapes. I'm number one. But thanks for the super chat, brother. So yeah. So what was I talking about? Like, I don't know, kind of like hits you by surprise, you get a super chat. It's like, oh God, hey, what actually happened? But yeah, yeah, like I decided that I decided that was responsibility was mine. And and I do really hate to hear people talk disparaging of children or shirk and pass off accountability when it's those that suffer. Now, yeah, and I'm glad that I kind of said that because I want to talk to you about a situation that I did in a video earlier this week. In fact, yeah, that was yesterday I did that video. Um, it was about the situation in Atlanta to where the little girl, the dude was picking up his daughter and he was actually getting into an argument and fighting, shouting with his baby mama. And he got the little girl in the car, or the little 3-month-old in the car. He drove off. All of a sudden, his baby mama run into his car with an SUV. He runs him into a telephone post and continues to ram. It continues to ram the vehicle several times into the car, killing the 3-month-old inside. Now, when that happened, like I said in that video, go watch the video. Go watch the video to get the details. And I'll put the link in the description below when I'm done with this broadcast. And South is Super Chat still, to my understanding, Southeast Dusty, Super Chat is 30, like anything on YouTube is 30%. Like Super Chat is 30%. So you two get the other 70%. But they 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 got to make something. You are using their platform. So yeah, I do have a Cash App. I have been reluctant to kind of post it because is like I said, I enjoy this, and anyone that wants to donate a super chat, feel free. I mean, I won't turn them away. I mean, depending on, but whatever day that happens. But anyway, okay, let's get back to the situation. Yeah, she kills him. She kills a little girl. Like, one for one thing is like, honestly, I have no sympathy for people like that. Period. I don't care what gender they are. You're a man or you're a woman. You can go to hell doing some shit like that. Period. Like, is ridiculous. It's like she ran into the vehicle several times because because I guess reasons. She gets out of the car and says, and shouts, I said I would kill him. I said I would kill him. And then, like, as the firefighters are peeling the vehicle to pry the two people that's in the car out, she's saying, "Get my child out of there. My child's out of there." Like, like the whole and some of the reaction. Oh God, it's like that's why I don't know. I think about quitting Facebook. Oh, I mean, I'll just use Facebook to promote this YouTube channel. But God damn, it's like there's trolling and then there's utter stupidity. We got to think about like honestly, a logical person is not going to think. Uh, a logical person is not going to think. Hey, what did he make? What did he do to make her do that? I saw that stuff. What did he do to make her do that? I don't know. Trying to be a father to his 3 month old? Imagine waiting for 9 months for your child to get here and only spending 3 months with her. And then, like, it doesn't really sound like that the baby mama and the dude was together. Doesn't sound like it. So, how much of that time? In order to, like, y'all, like, I hear people, these black men need to fight for their children. They need to fight for their kids. Sound like that dude was fighting to spend a little time with his little girl. And what did he get for it? He got injured, and he released a statement. He was like, "Look, I'm fine, but without Kai under, it doesn't mean anything." And some of y'all was out there like, "Well, what did he do to make her do that?" It's like, okay, well, maybe something. We gotta accept that something may be wrong with our people. Seriously, not all, because you gotta say that not all. Well, for anyone to sink that low and to say, "Oh, well, what the father do," and let's not beat around the bush. It's a lot. The majority of these females, they're not speaking out against this. That's one thing I want to ask y'all. Y'all keep up with the bullshit. You should be making these black men accountable for every thing. All right, well, let's talk about another story. And I'm gonna look this one up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna screen share this one. So bear with me. But when I like the girl that got killed in Alabama, yeah, let me go in news report mode for a second. Yeah, let me do a little news story real quick. Let's see, Alabama girl killed. Yeah, let me see. I said put an Alabama girl killed, and no, they not ain't damn jealousy. Just bear with me for a moment. I do appreciate y'all tuning in very much. Uh, oh, there it is. There it is. I hope they got the mug shots. All right, there it is. There it is. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to screen share. Screen share. Yeah, Southeast Dusty. This is why I don't get upset with Tommy. Yeah, I've seen too much. I've seen it too much in my life. I've seen a lot in my life too. I mean, It is, and it's no reason to make any like generalizations, but still, when you present the facts of it all, then there's a lot really that you can't deny. All right, so let me see. Uh, Hide, close this ad because I hate ads. All right, so okay, look at the story here. Alabama sheriff. Woman's jealousy was motive for kidnapping and murder. Oh man, Demetria. Let me read these names out. You know, Demetria Johnson, Sean Johnson, which is probably her brother or half brother or brother cut. Like, I got a really sick theory about the hood, and I might explain that in a video. But conspiracy theories can get you kicked off of YouTube, and that's a pretty very bad one. Javon Phillips and Joshua Tolbert. And here's one of the things that I like to point out. If there aren't black men protecting these black women, why can these kind of women always find some dudes to do stupid shit for her? It's like, honestly, like, for real, you cannot go with a dumb narrative if you keep seeing examples of the other way around. Oh, man. Let's read this story because I heard about this one. This is a complete shit show. Russell County, Alabama. An Alabama sheriff says a woman charged in the kidnapping, and the murder of a 39-year-old Georgia woman was jealous that the victim was dating the father of her children. Information comes as investigators release chilling new details in the death of 39-year-old Tamika Skinner, whose body was found in Alabama hours after she was kidnapped Monday from the parking lot of a Georgia apartment complex. That has to be one of the scariest things that a human being would have to go through. Think about it, like kidnapping. I'm talking about, like, let's look at the bare detail. You lose your freedom. You lose your freedom on some random. Oh, this wasn't random, but it's pretty random. When as far as the act, but so here's what the sheriff of Russell County said in my home state of Alabama. Seems to be an old-fashioned jealousy deal. Okay, so we go on to read. 4 suspects have been charged with capital murder after Skinner was found shot to death. Investigators say the suspected mastermind is 30-year-old Demetria Johnson, who allegedly recruited 40-year-old Sean Johnson and 30-year-old Joshua Tolbert, all from Columbus, Georgia, as well as 33-year-old Javon Phillips from Seal, Alabama. Okay. I know y'all don't like to say much about, like, Pookie. Y'all like to protect Pookie. Oh, why y'all so mad and so jealous of Pookie? It's like, come on. It's like, that's not what we're talking about. When we talk about, like, Pookie type situations, we talk about stuff like this. It's like, how are you not, like, how did the narrative is that you're not protected, and you can always find some black dude not doing nothing can do some dumb ass stuff for you. All right. Tamika was dating Demetria's ex-boyfriend, father of her 2 children, and she wanted her out of the picture. Investigator identified ex-boyfriends as Martia Petway. Apparently, Tamika had been questioning her parenting skills. Ooh. Yeah, that's what happened to that football player that I did the video on the other day. Like, he was telling her that she was that she said that the reason why he was bleeding from his nose is because she poked him with the finger of doom in his nose, because he said that she was a bad mother.
but the recording clearly showed him being full on punched in the face. Uh, but here's it says apparently Tamika has been questioning her parenting skills, or they had some issues in the past. Taylor said Demetria just wanted her out of the way and not dating her ex. So Demetria recruited the three guys to help kidnap and take her over to Russell County and kill her. That is pretty sickening. Yeah, you ever heard the saying that some people rather you be unhappy with them than happy without them? I'm sure that you also heard the saying, if I can't have them, nobody can. Yeah, both of these apply. Um, Detectives say Skinner and Petway were assaulted around 1 a.m. Monday at the Huckleberry Hill apartment complex in Columbus, Georgia. Investigators say Petway suffered injuries in the assault but was left at the apartment complex. Skinner was abducted and her vehicle stolen. I can only assume she didn't want to harm him because he's the father of her children, said Taylor. Yeah. I understand. I don't understand what's inside the stupid minds of these people thinking that they can actually get away with stuff like this, or something, because it's like you can say five lives are over, and because of this story, only one of those lives I really give a fuck about. That's why I still say all lives don't matter. All lives matter is a lie. It seriously is. Like, and then you're talking about sympathy. Like, I don't know. That's that thing that's that submissive doctrine that that they teach us here over in the Western world. And no, slap your enemies. Stop your enemies before they can harm you. You know, okay, but I'm on a tangent. But okay, shortly after the alleged assault and kidnapping, investigators traced Skinner's stolen vehicle to the location in Russell County. Investigators were on the way to locate the vehicle when they noticed another suspicious vehicle on Porter Road early Monday morning. The vehicle took off when investigators tried to make contact, and a chase ensued. Like, really? Did they what? Did they really return to the scene of the crime? Like, how stupid can you be? I mean, yeah, I mean, like, well, you can't put things past people like this. Sheriff Taylor said handgun investigated suspect was used in the murder was recovered from the vehicle's crash site in Ratonka. I feel like I can prove who pulled the trigger, but I don't want to release that right now. We don't have any evidence to show she paid them anything. She just asked them for help. Yeah, she probably promised them do some weed or something like that. When people like, I really am guessing that. Like, let me scroll back up here so you can see these. I really am guessing that these guys aren't productive or are productive individuals, Rhodes scholars, blue collar workers. In fact, Joshua Tolbert, I think I recognize that guy. Seriously, and I mean, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. In fact, I think I recognize Javon too. I mean, but it really uh, but like I said, I don't think and if they are who I think they are, yeah, they did exactly what I thought they would do, and that's go nowhere. Seriously, go nowhere. She mad because the baby father left. Stop putting yourself on a pedestal, first of all. And I mean, like, but she got three dumbass dudes to do some dumbass things. Oh man, we are so embarrassing sometimes. Now, rest in peace to Tamika. Now, this is Tamika Skinner right here. This is Tamika Skinner right here. Okay, this is the victim. Yeah, she was beaten, kidnapped, and then shot. Now, he now the sheriff said that he feels like he wants to point out who did it, but there's no evidence. Now, and one can only speculate, but I can go ahead and do that. I feel like she shot her. She jealous. Look at her, and oh yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. Look at her. She's cute. Looks are very important to women. And for the hair hat, I mean, yeah, this little touchscreen stuff. And for the hair hat right here, like think about it. Think about it. Her or her. I mean, yeah, yeah, and it's like, yeah. And I know the other one came with a really horrible attitude. If you can bring yourself to kidnap and murder somebody, then you're pretty much done in my book. Period. You're about capable of anything. You're capable of shitting in your hand and writing your name on the wall. As far as I'm concerned, anybody that does that is a sick, sick, sick person, and they should get punished to the fullest extent of the law. Rest in peace to Tamika. And the reason, and the reason why her boyfriend, who was there, uh, couldn't protect her, so to speak, because he was outnumbered. And obviously they had a gun on him. Shoot, just I feel bad for him because he had moved on. He had said, "F that B. I'm gonna go be with some happy with someone," and he had moved on. So what did he do wrong besides let her know, hey, it was over? Mm, mm, mm. Why throw your life away over some BS? But rest in peace to Tamika Skinner, and I hope these people are punished. And all right, I'm about done with this story. Let's see. All right. Well, I put my link in the chat a couple times, but I guess this was meant to be kind of a solo outing, which is cool. Which is cool because I could do those too. But just uh, just like I said, it's like this whole sympathy thing. This whole I want to, I, I mean, this person should get sympathy. This person shouldn't. Yeah, but I'll tell you a little bit. Though. I'll talk. I'll touch on a little bit. What was kind of disheartening to me, but it just wasn't. I'm used to like when Trayvon had died. They went and found pictures of him on social media flicking birds and trying to be like, well, he smoked weed and all that other stuff. Michael Brown, they put it out there that Michael Brown was like a neighborhood bully. I'm sure they said a couple things about Tamir Rice too, because that's what they do. What was really disheartening was to really see our people doing that kind of thing. Trying to run down people's records and trying to run down people background, and it's just like it's almost like with this little divisive bullshit that we keep doing, we're becoming. It's like we're becoming our enemy. It really sucks that I feel like that's what it's leading to is that the enemy is now within, and that is the one thing that an enemy always wants to see an enemy do. They want to see an enemy implode, and right now it's imploding. And what I see in the results of the implosion is things such things being birthed out of it, such as SYSBM and all these red pill and these I don't know woman spear or whatever, like all this stuff and yeah, and I didn't mean to say woman spear over manosphere because that's what this is all about. A lot of what is all about is the Negro manos, well, not the Negro manosphere, that's O'Shea's thing, the black manosphere. I mean, which Negro manosphere is kind of intermingled with quite a bit, but it's about the like a lot of it is about the upsurge of things such as the black manosphere as a response to mainstream media's constant BS. You know, trying to make us compete for sympathy, trying to make us fight for sympathy. You know, and really, we don't need like honestly. I'm gonna give you the answer. We don't need anybody's sympathy right now. I don't give a damn. I don't need nobody damn sympathy. I said it early in the broadcast that sometimes we need sympathy, but hell, one thing I learned in life, and as far as transitioning from inexperience to experience, is that you do not go around asking for sympathy, because what is going to be your immediate reaction when the person on the other side is a dick? You gonna cry? You gonna cry? Like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 3. You gonna cry if they don't give you that sympathy? Because how, like, think about, and I know all people ain't the same, but think about how weak that looks to ask someone for sympathy. And they have the capabilities of being an a-hole. You hand over your power little by little when you do that kind of thing. It's not about sympathy. At this point is about what's right. And I was like, sometimes I don't know. I guess me too. I got we all got to realize that before we get too old to do anything about it. Yeah, we do. We got it's all like, imagine like just spending all your time yelling at someone that doesn't care, that doesn't have any sympathy for you. That's why I don't see all this like little like 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 I would give, like, honestly, for real, like, with this celebrity worship that we do out here, it's like I wouldn't give a shit about some of these people otherwise. It's like if I heard the same thing happen to Jimmy down the street, he get shot in his foot getting in a fight with his girlfriend, I'm gonna be like, oh well. What makes Megan Thee Stallion, especially the image that she put out there, any more special than anyone else that that's been through the same thing? And then, I saw a little bit of that Instagram video that she did. It was a little bit cringeworthy, but I don't know. That behind those eyes is a person that is in complete pain, because it's like, if anything, it's humiliating to know that some people out there actually view this shit as your fault. And just like, damn, stop. Like, this is this, and I know, like, this sounds like everybody's favorite virtue signal, but it's like, I wish you really stopped saying the black women are unprotected thing. I mean, for real, like, stop, seriously. If you feel unprotected, get out the situation that you feel unprotected in. It's just that simple. You paint yourself as this person, and people are using this argument. Oh, see, these people are just lying. They're not about their life for real. All right, then don't live it. Don't go get the guy that's about that life, and then think you can get away with the same bullshit. Now, if she'd have got shot and killed, yeah, hey, that's open and shut right there. But she supposedly got shot in the foot, and your boy Tory Lanez, who's been reported as 5'3", which you say, like, hey, nah, that's not. Yeah, some people watching is 5'3", so that's no shot to you. But yeah, But he says that she never got shot, and she lying. Now, let me talk about sympathy for a second. When we first heard Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez got Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lane got shot. No, Tory Lane shot Megan Thee Stallion, or whatever we were here. I mean, me and my brother-in-law were barbecuing that day, and he was the one that told me, and I was like, well, yeah, Tory Lanez is finished, and he was like, yes, he is. Like I'm saying that as an example of, like, we were showing Tory Lanez no sympathy. We didn't care about his side of the story. Period. All we heard was Megan Thee Stallion got shot. Oh well, fuck him. I even saw a post that said, "Well, y'all showing sympathy for Tory Lanez, but y'all ain't showing no sympathy." Like, stop that! Stop that! Every time I show on a post and say this is stupid, what? uh, Southeast Dusty. Let me read this. Shot in the feet, but no bone was hit. Wow, those must have been some miniature bullets. No, I'm sorry. Short, but yeah. I mean, if it was a flesh wound, she should be able to be. She should be twerking again in no time. I mean, yeah. But yeah, it's like I even saw a post like I even saw a post like that. Oh, Donnie, what's going on? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Donnie from You Ain't Shit for Watching. I got one. I think I got a couple of his broadcasts in my community tab. Oh yeah. Let me remind y'all about that community tab. My community tab is active. Go check my community tab out for different videos. I got one video from our entertainment channel, The Black Dimension. We're gonna get that popping again anyway. And yeah, the next thing we're gonna do is that new Transformers that's on Netflix. I watched the first and some of the second episode, and I have to say that it was what I expected. The best Transformers media ever. But that's a discussion that we're gonna have Saturday morning on our entertainment channel, The Black Dimension. So I want y'all to tune into that, and you'll see me, Roger, and Donnie over there quite frequently. So just go over there, hit the sub button. Also go to You Ain't Shit for Watching. Hit the sub button too, because that's within the network. That's within the network. Donnie, he has some pretty cool topics, very good topics, as a matter of fact. We had a very good broadcast the other day. So yeah, that was in the community tab also. So go check him out, hit that subscribe button, and get in the loop. Get in the loop. I said once before, the first step to being a habitual line stepper is to sub our channels. Well, yeah, but back to Meg Thee Stallion. So Meg Thee Stallion suffered a flesh wound. So it's still like really nothing clear. Like it's still like really not clear as to what actually happened. But it's a lot of guys out there saying screw y'all protection. Let's just be brutally honest about that. And I'd say a lot of that comes from the fact that is a lot of attitudes being shown out here, and is at the point where shit. I can't tell y'all what else to do. It's like the only thing I can do is choose a side that I feel is right, and 99.9% of the time that's gonna be my side. It's gonna be my side. So wherever, if your opinion coincides with that or not is immaterial. I mean, we can agree to disagree or whatever. But like, okay, does Megan Thee Stallion deserve sympathy? Um, hmm. I would say she deserves about as much sympathy as she deserves. But for me to overextend myself and go on campaigns defending her, just because for any reason, I don't feel like that's necessary or that's good or makes sense for me. But there are those that don't have sympathy for Meg Thee Stallion. There are some that do. But, I'm not going to ride anybody about having sympathy. I'm just going to look at the reasons why you have sympathy for her. And if one of the reasons is because black women don't feel protected, I ain't got nothing for you. I'm sorry. I mean, I feel like that. I feel like that y'all need to start looking at more of a case by case and not as a group. And if you really want black men to really start this huge, massive protection campaign, then my suggestion is that you raise your sons correctly, because we tired of them little fuckers fucking up our community. And damn, like I just threw all the cussing thing out, but I don't care. Like it's just that I'm not like I told another YouTuber on a broadcast one time, not even a broadcast, in the damn chat. I don't feel like that I should have to be responsible for your stupidity. No matter how much you think I'm supposed to lead the community, I'm not here to lead stupid. I'm not. Either you're not stupid or I'm not involved. Period. And that same goes for me. If I'm being stupid, you feel free to walk away. It's that simple. It's like walk away from stupid situations. A lot of you can't walk away from those stupid situations. A lot of y'all get stupid with those stupid situations. Now, if you are like, and this is my advice to you, if you are a 5'2", 125-pound female, my suggestion to you is to not run up on the 6 foot, 250-pound angry guy who looks like he's ready to just throw a fist at anything. What I want you to do is do that magic trick that that girl in that story did and call somebody up to quote unquote protect you. Don't do that. Don't run up on people bigger than you. Go get somebody big if it's really that serious. Or you can decide that the situation might not actually be worth it. Like don't make someone else put themselves in a stupid situation because you want them to feel sympathy. Southeast Dusty, did you see the fan? Her eyes in order to tear up. Oh, child. Trying to squeeze tears out their eyes. Oh man, I don't know, man. Just, I don't know. I'm just not me personally. I'm just not a huge fan of the heavy voice female. The yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that at all. I'm not. It's that I guess because I am a man and I like to see women with feminine traits. Like she definitely has a great body, but I mean, like, I'm not finna try to, I would never fool with a woman that wants to slug it out with me. Number one, she'll lose. Number two, it's just that I don't feel like that's feminine. Don't try to fight a man. I mean, unless you absolutely have to. That's why I'm gonna teach my daughter self defense because I do understand that there are situations that females don't start. I feel like every female should have proper defense. But I don't feel like y'all should be going around starting shit because it's hard to feel sorry for you. You go around starting shit, just like that situation with 8 Ball Jacket. That dude laid that dude laid the smack. Every time I see that video, that dude laid the smacketh down like across her face, and it's like this. She deserved it. That girl deserved that shit. I don't care what nobody say. She didn't die. Y'all be acting like these dudes get hitting these girls. They like their face gonna fly off. Like no, she was going around smacking folks. Keep your hands off folks, dude. Ladies, whoever, keep your hands off people, and stuff like that won't happen. Yeah, just stop that shit. Like I'll show you sympathy if you're right. I'll show you sympathy if you're right. But stop doing this bullshit. Like I'm gonna go back into Kanye. Y'all can't wait for Kanye and Kim to break up, huh? Well, I tell you the truth, man. Y'all getting ready to break out the champagne glasses. Kanye West just went off the deep end, and a lot of that stuff, about Kanye is just because of how he was acting around Trump. This is why I say that you don't exactly use celebrities as models. Cause he was acting like Trump was his great uncle, like just high five and all that other stuff. I mean, regardless of how you feel about Trump, because I know there's a lot of black people that like Trump, whether people want to accept that or not. I mean, the way Kanye was acting, anyway. Like I said, the dude's been getting dragged for like 2 years. I think he's been dragged enough. I mean, well, I don't know. Eric, I feel like people should be punished subtly for doing stupid shit, but. Yeah, but it's just like this. Whether you feel for Meg Thee Stallion, whether you feel for Kanye West, I mean, if folks, it's LOL Daddy Trump. I mean, shit. I mean, I really wish at the end of the day that people would do what makes sense. I really do, but I don't know. I guess that I said somebody a long time ago. Stupid people keep me entertained. Especially when you're bored, especially when you're sitting down with nothing to do, you pick up your phone, you open up Facebook, and then not even like the second post, stupid people. Or am I the stupid one and everybody else is intelligent? You know, we often have that great perception of ourselves. All right. Now, for those of you watching, now that I got double digits, I'm doing a show every Thursday night. I'm gonna hit the air every Thursday night, and whether I'm here, if it's just me or is it other folks, and something's gonna happen on this channel every Thursday night. I'm probably gonna pick another night to be random, but it's every Thursday night. All right. Whew. So let me what else did I talk about this week? Let me see. Oh, oh yeah, I put out a video. Ashy dudes come from ashy wombs. Yeah, that really was me trying to hit at the ashy narrative, and I'm just like, and where these guys come from, and and since the black woman is God, maybe the black woman needs some. Well, maybe God needs some lotion. I don't know, but it's like this. We all in this together, and if you don't believe that, you can keep fighting this little gender war. Let's see, Southeast Dusty. None of that really bothered me because I knew Kanye was bipolar and eccentric. Yeah. He was, like I said, that one press conference. That one press conference where he was wearing a, "Make America Great Again" hat. He showed Trump that picture of, "This is what our plane should be flying in," and Trump insults his intelligence in front of everyone. Oh, he thinks that we should be flying in this instead of Air Force One. I'm like, dude, you're doing it to yourself. You're doing it to yourself. Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm about to get out of here, but yeah, I'm gonna talk about one more thing. And Donnie, if you're watching, Black Dimension, like soon. Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson. All right. Now, I'm the likelihood of me telling you that Roy Jones Jr. is going to shock the world and start singing that rap song again. Y'all must have forgot the possibility of Roy Jones Jr. pulling this off right now is, and this is pretty much what everybody's saying, but I'm saying it because I was watching Mike Tyson in the prime of his career. I saw the fight where he lost to Buster Douglas, and all the other stuff. And I saw the part where he was like, "I broke my back. I think I broke my back." Like, oh my god, that Mike Tyson, that Mike Tyson don't need that. But the Mike Tyson that I'm seeing in like the training videos, the vignettes that he's showing where he's punching, and yeah, Donnie's absolutely right. He has a puncher's chance, but Donnie, that's a hell of a chance. Like this dude still got like phenomenal speed, and it's like if Roy Jones Jr., if he gonna go out there with that, y'all must have forgot, all the other stuff. I hope he comes with a little bit more than that. But I think that this one statement is correct. It's all on Mike's mental state. And when we do that show on the Black Dimension before September 12th, when the fight actually happens, I'm sure that Donnie will have a very, Donnie's he trains, so he kind of has a fighter's perspective on certain things, and somebody that's actually fought a couple of fights. So, yeah, so it's just Donnie is the kind of guy to have this conversation with. So, just like I said, go in my community tab and look for that Justice League Dark review. It will lead you to the channel, The Black Dimension. That's where we discuss stuff like this, and I might even give my perspective on Roy Jones and Mike Tyson, on a separate video. But really, I think the W will probably likely 90%, maybe 95% belong to Mike Tyson. I just don't think that Roy Jones at this point has enough for a person that really wants, like Mike Tyson, really, really looks like he really wants to get in the ring and do something. And it's just like I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like is that's the eyes of a hungry man. And then when I saw Roy Jones Jr. training, maybe he just bullshit because I saw one video today that he was on this little thing, this little sparring thing, and he didn't look too good. But it's like this: either he doesn't look that good, or he is full of shit. And hopefully, for his sake, I think hopefully he's being full of shit because that whole y'all must have forgot. Yeah, I put that in my community tab too. Like, I remember when I first watched the video in the year 2000. That video was the funniest thing I ever seen. Y'all must have forgot. I was like, this man will never make it as a rapper. But then, like, he came out with that record label, Bodyhead Entertainment. I know y'all remember that song. I smoke, I drink, I'm supposed to stop, but I can't. That's Roy Jones. That was Roy Jones' label. Yeah, man, that's really honestly the first time I ever heard Lil Boosie in a song, cause he was in the original version of that song with Young Bleed. Facts. That was the first time I ever heard Boosie. I ain't really care who he was, but it's like his little verse in the song. I smoke, I drink, I tote that fire. That was kind of catchy. I didn't know Boosie would go on to be who Boosie is right now. You know, but the one that I thought would probably make it a little bit was Young Bleed. Young Bleed was a no limit. Young Bleed was a no limit rapper. He came out with that one. He came out with that one CD. Had that song. How you do that there? you know. Glad motherfucker. We don't care. And God, how you do that there? That song. That song. I think that was also on the I'm About It soundtrack. But y'all, these are little useless facts anyway. At this point, the point is, I think that Roy Jones Jr. is not. If he's not careful, he's gonna get his head knocked off. And I think September 12th, the victory belongs to Mike Tyson. Now, if I am wrong, I will make a I am wrong video. That's that best athlete album ever. Because yeah, and you know what, Donnie, that actually might be true. Because I think Kobe tried to rap. Rest in peace, Kobe. Who else? Shaq. Yep, Shaquille O'Neal. I remember my best friend in high school yeah, I just keep bringing up dead people. Yeah, he recently passed, like at the end of last year. Uh, that CD, that Shaq CD. Yeah, the one with I got skills on it. Like it was. Oh, Allen Iverson tried to rap. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, we bumped that Shaq out. The one where he said, "I know I got skills. I know I got skills." The one that like, "Do you want me to shoot it? Do you want me to pass it?" Like I thought it was a commercial, but then I discovered it was a song on his album. Yeah, that's when they was trying to. Yeah, that's when they was trying to market Shaq, give him video games and movies and all that stuff. You know, I mean, I think he came out with a couple of rap CDs. But anyway, I'm about to wrap this broadcast up. I think that we have enough here, and then honestly, I'm gonna reiterate. Yeah, I'm gonna reiterate a couple of things that I said throughout this broadcast. Number one, yes, and Southeast Dusty also said this during the broadcast. Yes, that is a terrible agreement to try to see who deserves more sympathy as far as these deaths are concerned. Like, like honestly, if we are paying attention as a community, there are still some deaths of some women, of course, but there are some deaths of some men that haven't even gotten any shine. Like as far as police brutality, and there's some pretty messed up stories out here too. Like how often do you hear Elijah McCain's name or Adrian Medeiros? So like we don't need that at this point. What we need is a bit more solidarity from our people. Like and and I know I'm known for fending off and fighting off the fuck shit, but I can advocate for peace as well. And it looks like it's going to be peace through drastic means from the way because a lot of us really honestly are giving up, and I don't blame y'all, but it's that kind of apathy right there that got us in a lot of this situation in the first place. And I wish that we could live in a perfect world, but it's not. That's not going to happen, especially not at this point. I mean, I don't think that. that we should go the. I don't agree with the black pill philosophy. Black pill basically is burn it down and see what happens after that. But at the same time, a lot of you out here are not giving. You're not giving the people who care much of a choice. I'm not gonna give it up yet, but I am gonna sit back a little bit more and watch it unfold. And I will come to this channel and talk about it whenever I feel the need to or see fit to talk about certain things that I feel like. And I feel like most people will feel like too. You know, however you feel about my little chop avatar that I used to talk through. Yeah, that's me wearing a mask. Yeah, with COVID. The lightning represents COVID-19. No, 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 seriously. No, I had that before all the coronavirus stuff hit. But yeah, hopefully you're staying safe and masking up and all that other stuff because, me and Roger were sharing a couple words the other day, and to me, what he said was very chilling. He said that it's going to spread anyway. That the virus is going to spread anyway, and where he's from, there is too many examples of people just doing stupid stuff to get this virus to spread. And I feel like that is a damn shame. Yeah. DD Kaiser, Shaq Fu soundtrack was the shit. LOL. Is that so? It has to be the shit to somebody. But yeah, but yeah, if y'all want to keep up these bullshit contests and keep banging yourself over the head with because people don't agree with you or whatever, they just keep on doing it, man. But sooner or later, some of you numbnuts is gonna realize how counterproductive some of these arguments really are. You know what I'm saying? And stop acting like that. Really, honestly, stop acting like these celebrities are more important than yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to get through each one of these days. The person in the mirror. You know. Well, if you're like me, I have to get through and make sure that everything's okay with me and mine. Any family man would really honestly and believe that. But anyway, just don't just this is just one of one of the problems with the gender bull that we see all over. You know, we see all over social media, and it's just is like I don't know. Have you ever just gone? You go to your people and try to make sense of it, and you get disrespected for it. It seems to me more and more every day like this is becoming what we want. We want the chaos. We want the madness. We want the fuckery. You know. Yeah, and I'm gonna end it, and I'm gonna end it with I'm gonna end this broadcast with something I said earlier in this broadcast, and I'm gonna say it just like this: just go ahead and just be brutally honest. Reveal who you are. Just reveal you who you are. It makes it easier to react to somebody. It may be shocking at first, but it makes it easier to react when you come around. Keep it real. Let everybody know who you are. Let everybody know how you feel. It also, yeah, it makes it easy for people like me to not have to sit up here and figure it out. Or for people like you that's sitting out here watching who already know, but you just need the proof. You just need the proof because it's just that I like to credit. I like to give credit to my audience as being a very intelligent one, or at least a reasonable, rational one. So you guys are the real MVP. So anyway, I'm getting out of here. I'm about yeah, and thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, like I said, check out my community tab. And the last 10 things I'm going to say, please subscribe to the other Habitual Alliance separate channels to keep yourself in the circle. You ain't shit for watching, whose comment is right here, and it's spelled out you ain't shit for watching. So look for that channel and please subscribe. Also, to my first super chat ever, the Roger Report. Thank you for the super chat. Please go subscribe to him. and subscribe to his Roger Report live channel where he does very interesting live streams. Also, subscribe to the Breakdown, a woman's perspective, where our habitual line stepper, uh, sister George, and Concrete Rose, do their thing every Wednesday and every Sunday. And also check out our techie, Dark Skater 7. Um, he is, yeah, he has very interesting stuff and very, kind of know how videos and, blog sessions that, I mean, he's a cool guy. He got something different and unique going on, but, it's the whole point. The whole point is to be different. The whole point is to be different and to stand out and to make yourself, you make yourself your own, and that's why I'm, glad that I see the growth that I've been seeing lately because, I know that's my audience right there. And that shit is cool as fuck. Also, subscribe to our entertainment channel, The Black Dimension. I've said that several times in this broadcast. But anyway, you guys are the best. Uh, Thank you uh, for your continued support. Like, share, subscribe. And Kev, we trust. Goodbye.